I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no. Maybe someday you'll have it your way. Maybe someday it'll all work out. Until then, nope, a nope, a nope, a nope, definitely nope, a nope, nope, a nope. Probably never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. Oh no.
Do it. I done it. It's been done.
It has been done. Hello, people.
Happy.
Welcome to Friday. Casual Friday. Now, I haven't been around because, well, I've been making a movie, and we're almost done with it. It is bonkers huge, so fairly soon, you guys will be able to see a movie that has taken 372 days to make, which some would say is perhaps too long, and I would agree, but...
We're not good at managing mission creep.
No, we're not. I have this problem where someone says, wouldn't it be cool if? And my answer is yes. I know that can be insane, especially as it applies to film. But I think that once people see what I've done with their funding and money, they'll feel vindicated. Because that's what you should be to your shareholders. Responsible. I think corporate America could learn a thing or two about that. Maybe. You know?
That's supposed to be a cat?
Well, alright, look.
Look at the way it moves.
I understand. Maybe the dev was like, you got 8 minutes to make a cat, right?
Look at that.
You have 8 minutes. Make it happen.
I have spiders that are smoother on the wall.
Well, look.
Stone houses are a hell of a thing, guys. You never get rid of the spiders.
That's true.
Alright. What's my flashlight eyes button? Is it F? It is F.
F for fucking eyes. And Bully Snake, don't worry about it. It's not me searching for perfect. It's me trying to find that which is missing.
Really?
That may sound insane, but trust me. I'm looking for that which is missing.
Why
and then I am
door string if you won't let me kill the door.
Maybe the door has a power level, right?
Yeah.
He's like, haha, you cannot defeat me, I am Doorman.
What's the door button? Yep. Well, this is interesting. None of my controls are working. Did I?
It'll be alright.
Yeah, the only thing that's working is rotation.
Rotation?
Nope.
What have you done?
I'm typing. That's what I've done. Yeah, okay, there we go. I'm fucking retarded.
Well, we're all a little dumb sometimes. I mean,
yeah.
show of hands in the chat. How many people have been dumb today? I mean dumb.
And I should not have used the R word. Whatever. My bad. Something I need to work on. Okay, so that throws my sword. Really should.
Oh, we're all products of our time. That's not an excuse. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We grew up in an era where that was normal. And we're trying to be better people.
Did all that for ammo for shit I don't even carry.
But when it comes down to dumb, I mean, every person I've met who is honest will open with a story of how stupid they've been.
Yeah.
It's the people who are liars are the people who are like, I've never made a mistake. I'm the smartest person I know. I'm like, no, you're not. I once drove a nail through my hand on accident.
I drove a sewing needle through my foot on stream.
Yeah, I remember that one. No, I drove a nail through my thumb, all the way through my thumb with a nail gun. With a nail gun. And I was sitting there on the roof of a building, applying very quickly, wood to wood, and I was not paying attention while operating a nail gun. And it was ka-thunk, and I learned that day that a nail gun will fire regardless of if your hand is in front of it or not. So I just sat there and looked at it and went, huh. You know that feeling of pain that is so profound that all you can do is open your mouth and no sound comes out?
Yes.
Yeah, it was one of those for about a minute. And so the only way to get it off my thumb was to use the claw hammer. And I did so. And I would have thought that was probably pretty metal, except for the fact that I was still making the open mouth thing and no sound came out. That was a day. And I went to the emergency room, and they told me, you have a hole in your hand. And I said, I agree. And I said, what can you do about that? And they said, well, we can bandage it.
I went to the ER on the needle thing. After 24 hours of walking around on it, I went to work with it in my foot.
As you do.
Yeah, and I talked to the doc, and I say, hey, this is what happened. There's no way it's in there because, you know, I've got half of it broken off. I think the other half's in the carpet, but it still hurts really bad. And I just want to be sure. Can we x-ray it? And she's like, yeah, there's no way it's still in there, but sure, we'll call the x-ray tech in. We call him in. He shows up in a Hawaiian shirt because he was at home. And
yeah.
I go through the whole rigmarole with him, and he's like, yeah, there's no way it's in there. And he positions the x-ray machine and takes one shot and goes, oh, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. See, at a certain age, boys and girls, you realize you're not bulletproof. And if you think you're immortal, sooner or later, something will happen that proves otherwise, and you go, oh. I call these oh moments. You're just like, oh. So recently, I had one. My foot is broken. I broke my foot.
Okay.
And some toes.
Yeah.
And some ligaments. So, me being me, I was like, it didn't hurt so bad. And I go to work. And I go to work, and I work my work day, and I walk my normal 5 or so miles at work. And I go, this is beginning to really, really smart. You know? Because you do all the stuff you're taught to do. You know, like buddy taping it or whatever, right?
Yes.
And you're like, oh, well, this smarts. This really has a bit of a sting to it.
Yeah.
You know? By golly. So here's the thing. I could almost not get my shoe off when I got home. Because it turns out that damaged tissue,
Wells?
a bit, just a little bit. And it was a prime grade owie. And so I went to the doctor the next day. And they x-rayed my foot. And I said, I think I just broke a toe. And the doctor gave me that look of, you're not a doctor, shut up.
Yes.
Like, I just think I blah, blah, blah. It's like going to the doctor and being like, I think my blood pressure's fine. Right?
I found
So,
story.
Yeah. So, I'm sitting there with my toe and my foot, and they take the x-ray, and they're like, this is broken. And I was like, right. And they said, how did you get here? And I said, drove. And they said, did you walk in here? And I said, yes. And they said, all right. They taped it up. They gave me a special medical boot to put my foot in, which I will tell you is not a flattering piece of footwear.
No.
But the funniest thing is that I realized I had goofed up when they discharged me. They said, do you need a wheelchair? I was like, no, I'll walk out of here. They looked very mad that I said that. I was like, no, I'll walk out of here. Yeah, so, fun times. Yeah, sometimes things like that happen. Sometimes you have owies, right? And I mean, it's okay. It's okay to have owies.
Yeah.
But don't do what I did. Go to the doctor early.
It'll be expensive, but it's ultimately something you probably ought to do.
They offered me some Eichenvikes, and I said no, thank you. And so I have the highest dose of ibuprofen because I hate opiates. And I'm going to tell you this much: I really regret not getting the opiates. I was like, nah, I don't need those. And I'm sitting there at home, and I'm like, this hurts a lot. Why am I so stupid?
A lot of wine.
Bro, you're in Hobo Alley. What did you expect?
More 40s?
Oh, that's fair. But I mean, maybe this is a night train neighborhood. Right?
It's
like
Paris,
some
so, I assume it's just not...
Oh, right. It is Paris. So, that's fine.
I see there's some tucked there. A lot of cats.
I didn't know. How could I know?
Is France.
I'm gonna steal your soy food.
Look, I'm just gonna say
honey.
this. Oh yeah, you gotta get your chunky honey, man.
Oh, she's got some more of these cute little half-scale, all-doors cubes.
I would really like something like that for storage. I think that would be nice.
So,
Give me.
the military had something like this that we always called palcons. For palletized container, because we're fucking really, really creative.
Yeah.
What was I doing?
But they're made of fiberglass, so they're like light enough that you can pick them up and move them. They're just a pain in the ass.
I
All of
hate
them
most
have holes in them because all forklift drivers in the military are insane.
I hate military shorthand. I, during my day job, have to routinely talk with people in the U.S. military, and I sent 2 emails to a guy, and he sent an email back saying, per your SEPCOR.
Yeah.
And I said, what? And I highlighted the word, and I said, what is this? And he says, oh, that means separate correspondence.
Yes.
I was like, so you couldn't just say per the other email?
No, they do exactly the thing that Clanners did. Like that, whoever wrote that spent time in the military. because that is exactly the stupid shit that happens. Af and neg, that is something
Yeah,
I can
know.
absolutely see becoming a thing. Especially with as many nerds are in the military.
Well, that's fair. What if we shorten words to F and egg so we don't have to, you know, and you're just like, no.
Yeah, because there's no way the old man will know what that's from. So we can be nerds publicly and not get written up for it.
No. I insist people use full words in correspondence. Call me old-fashioned.
The disappointing thing is that they change every, decade. Like, all the stuff we used to say is all
Abel Baker Charlie! Is that what you want?
No. God.
Abel Baker Charlie. This is Abel Baker Charlie.
Yeah, Adam Boy Charles. The police one is so dumb. I love using it for phonetics.
I just get mad at it in general. What? Why? What killed you this time?
Radiation. I guess those mucous membranes give up fast.
I hate it. But no, when it comes down to shorthand, please exercise reason. That's all I ask. Shorthand is only useful if it can be deciphered by somebody who is not used to it.
Yes.
If it enables rapid communication with someone who is outside your normal communication, then it is good shorthand.
And if you are talking with somebody outside your organization, stop, please. Just don't make them do it.
Don't make other people do your shorthand.
How could I know?
Thank you for coming to my text talk.
What's wrong?
I tried to stop them. I tried.
All these cats? Yeah.
Mabra Monte Mimi. It was the contamination. And those 4 grizzles down there. 0, 0, 0.
Oh,
1.
yeah. So Wilf is asking why don't cops use the standard NATO alphabet? There's a good
Some
question.
Some do.
Contamination and mutants.
The police alphabet is, as far as I can tell, the original one, developed by LAPD in the late 20s. The Abel Baker Charlie grew out of that alphabet,
Oh, no,
as
it's
did
too dangerous.
NATO
We
Phonetic
got to keep that
eventually.
door closed.
Some police agencies use the police one for tradition. Some use NATO because it actually makes fucking sense. I'm sure somewhere there's some really rural, Louisiana fucking agency that's using Abel Baker Charlie because they think it sounds cool.
You're not wrong. What I've learned is that every law enforcement entity is essentially its own entity.
Yeah, that's the problem with when people talk about American police, is there are almost 30,000 different police agencies in this country, including federal, state, local. Each of those has its own culture, it has its own uniform, it has its own equipment, it has its own bullshit. So, the stuff that is going on in LAPD with their, gangs within their agency and shit like that is not stuff that I'm dealing with here in the center of the United States. And the stuff that I'm dealing with good old boy, everybody knows each other and it's all under the table bullshit, is not what happens in a large city.
Every city has its own plague. Welcome to Knife Fight City.
Yeah, essentially. From Andy Griffith to Judge Dead, we got it all. Well, that's the funny thing, is even Andy Griffith had to grab the shotguns occasionally. Mayberry is a myth. There's never been anywhere like that.
There's some places that pretend, though.
There's some places that do a good job of pretending, but there's stuff going on under the surface. You talk to old cops that were cops in the 40s through 60s now. And they talk about, all sorts of really, really awful shit that was getting on in that time that nobody just acknowledged because it wasn't proper. Do I have to go through the sewer? What if I put all my points?
I I got a really bad idea, Deb.
into environmental training.
I got a really bad idea.
No. Okay. What's your really bad idea?
Delta Green Mayberry.
So I'm actually
Think about
working on a Delta Green scenario right now.
Is it Mayberry?
No, it's not. Although I do have one that is pretty close to Mayberry.
Well, think about it. Because I wrote with Will a scenario that actually made it into the shotgun scenario contest for Delta Green. It did not win. It did not win because it's an anti-scenario, and it's called Looking for Lovecraft in All the Wrong Places. Mm-hmm. And the whole scenario, for those of you in chat who want to know the synopsis, is that...
if you don't want it spoiled, if you want to play it, leave for like 2 minutes.
Right. But if you want to know the synopsis, here's the basic gist of it. There is nothing wrong in this tiny town. Nothing at all. There is not a single blessed event wrong. It is just a weird small town filled with weird small town people. And a group of agents has gone missing in weird small town. And this group of agents that has gone missing is insane. They are people who are nearing retirement in Delta Green and have just gone insane. They have gone off the reservation, and they suspect everything. They think everything is a front for everything, and everything is concealing everything. So they then make an accident and crash into the pond and die in this small town. So you are sent to go track down this group of agents who have gone insane out of paranoia and exposure to the mythos. And they're batshit. And then they disappear in this small, weird, but otherwise benign town.
You can retire from Delta Green, yes. Most
It's
don't.
rare. Right. Well, it's because even if they did a good job, they will be so haunted by the things they did and saw that they will always presume there's more to do. And then they will make problems. And then they have to be retired. So, this is a group that's borderline, and you have to follow up with them. They have since disappeared by dying in a pond, which happens all the time in small towns. You know, just random accident kills them. And so you find their hotel room that has been hastily abandoned, filled with evidence gathered by people who are neurotic. And they suspect everything. So you find 50 red herrings pointing to everything in town. Like, weird guy here, weird disappearance here. There's like people LARPing World of Darkness stuff, right?
Yeah.
And
is that guy a deep one, or is he just on bath salts?
Right. And it is just constant insanity. And so what you do is, if you have Delta Green players that are really, really, really good at Delta Green, you drop them in this scenario, and they will shoot up a small town for no reason.
Yeah, Confessions of a Ladder Maker. I have a friend who's very much on the militarization of police train. And I talk to him about it fairly regularly because he brings it up. And I point out that in the 1870s, cops were using Winchesters and revolvers because that was the military equipment of the day. And in the 1920s, they had bars and they had Tommy guns because that was the military equipment of the day. And in the 60s, they had early AR-15s and M2 carbines because that was the military equipment of the day. The American police has always been broadly equivalent to about 10 years behind cutting-edge military equipment. Even our uniforms. The police uniform is based on surplus uniforms from the Civil War that were cheap, so police agencies bought them up, and then they kept using blue wool. It was helpful because that's what the British police also used. Anyway, sorry.
No, it's all right. But yeah, the Delta Green scenario is a fantastic scenario for people who want to punish players who are really good at solving problems because there's nothing to solve. There is literally nothing wrong in that town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you will have players who go kill the guys who are LARPing World of Darkness. Oh, they're vampires.
No, the scenario that I'm working on is set in the 90s, and it's based on a cultural phenomenon that you couldn't resist.
Pogs?
Nope.
Oh. I was all in on Pogs.
Ah, at least I broke the box this time.
So someone in chat pointed out that you passed a radiation suit.
I am wearing the radiation suit. It's only 62% effective.
Well, I mean that's not great, but not terrible.
Yeah. It's 25% effective if I don't put all my accumulated skills into the training. The problem is I came into this in low health, because I guess there weren't fucking snacks on the helicopter.
No, there's no snacks. You're not allowed to eat in those.
So I'm trying to run really fast to the box across the room that has a health kit in it, so that I may then use that health kit before I die to get the rest of the way across the room.
This sounds like a fun loop.
Yeah, this is...
Confessions of a Ladder Maker, Trapper Keeper binders? Is that the phenomena?
No. The Macarena.
No. No.
Yes.
God fucking damn it.
And I want to get a bunch of us old people to play it for Halloween.
I am mad. Why?
There's black magic, man. It made 4 different generations able to dance in the most
that is
individual lack of free will dance possible.
You're not wrong. I mean, because even people who were born last week know what the fucking Macarena is.
And when you hear it, it's just in your head. Yes.
Stop.
Even listening to parody songs counts, because your brain knows the real lyrics and it's singing along.
That's horrible.
Yeah, so I'm going to, you have to resist doing the Macarena when you're going crazy. Join the chorus.
Why?
Why not?
Why not is a bad... I feel dirty. Because I can see how this works.
Oh, yeah, no. It's I'm kind of confused about what other options I have here.
I just don't like it. That doesn't mean it's wrong.
I'm not talking about the Macarena. I'm talking about here. No, I want the fourth sword that I stole from the Triad. Cool. There's no, like, hidden health kits? Food? You got some food for me?
I eat food out of the garbage.
Can I kill the cats for food?
Please don't.
I just wanted to know if it was an option, man. That's a lot.
I'm not a bad guy. You have a single fact to back that up? Good lord.
Does alcohol grant resistance?
Well, that is the mythos that the Soviets believed in. They thought that vodka would stop ionizing radiation.
Yeah, they thought vodka would stop a lot of things.
Yeah, it don't.
I gotta get to the door over there. Maybe if I wear 2... Oh god, I just stomped that cat to death.
Well, I mean, it is a slow crawl to being a monster, I guess.
And it's not even got any food in it. I stole the single pack of soy meal from the homeless lady upstairs.
Excellent. Dog eat dog, right?
Yeah. The rats
I
don't give
am
me
the
food.
problem.
It's a shit ton of wine. And it's starting to make me wonder, oh, something there. Get down there, though. Oh, god damn it, there goes another cat.
I'm willing to say that you are the villain of this story.
Oh, yeah. I know, 100%.
Okay, I want you to know that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying you
Call me
have
Cat
to be.
Stompin' Cletus.
No! Why?
Because I stomp cats.
I
Okay, so
I
I
don't-
can't climb that. How do I get up there then?
Demonetized.
Hero curb stomps Fluffy. News at 11. I don't think any of these cats are named Fluffy, brother.
No, this is France. It's probably named something like, I don't know, Dijon.
Pierre. Paul Pierre. Let's see. Platforming is what this game is great at. I'm glad every time it makes me do it. Oh,
I'm sure
that's an excellent outcome.
There was a time in the 90s where every game had to have platforms.
Nope. Yep. Yes, there was.
You know, it made me wonder why. Like, did people not hug game devs back then, or you know?
It was a painful transition from 2D where that was.
I never liked platformers. They're like my kryptonite.
Yeah, like Super Mario World, I think is just about the perfect two-dimensional game, but three-dimensional platformers have always kind of been awful.
You're not wrong.
No. Ladder? It's a very Lara Croft 1 looking fucking ladder, but
Well, it's better than Lara Croft Trongle Boob.
well, that was Lara Croft 1.
You know, I had an idea for something we
well-
could play once we beat Deus
Oh,
Ex.
it's an extra hazmat suit. Excellent. My first
Excellent.
one doesn't run out, but I have a second now. No, I
Yeah.
don't, because I need to drop something. Yeah, I probably
I thought
don't
it-
need EMP grenades. I'd never fight robots. There we go. That's a trade made in hell.
Ugh, God.
Back on the ladder you go, Mr. DeWitt. There's always a ladder.
Ugh, stop. That was the most angering line from that game. There's always a lighthouse, Mr. DeWitt.
What
I
a
was like,
thrill. What the fuck is that thing?
Greasel. Either MJ
It's a thing.
has been releasing transgenics into the sewers, or they have had an escape.
You couldn't come up with a better name than a Greasel? Oh, look at that eye.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got the Greasel. Okay. I can just take it with, I guess.
Well, I mean, why not? Right?
Stogie brand cigarettes. Somebody did not do their best thinking on that one.
What are you? We call it Stogie brand cigarettes. Stogie's a name for a cigar. Shut up! My granddad started this company.
Okay, so this lets me into murder room. But I don't want to go in murder. Agent found dead, dressed in rad suit, carrying extra rad suit with radiation poisoning. Lack of training cited.
Not wrong.
No, you are not wrong at all.
And that kind of sums up our predicament at current.
No, I want that. I want the flashlight off. Ow. You're gonna recharge my ass. Yes, thank you. Okay, cool. Oh, I better save before I do something else stupid. Like that.
Well, I mean, stupid's kind of relative. I mean, let's be honest.
Oh, Icarus now has full access to my systems?
That's what you wanted, right?
Come here, you little fucker.
By the way, I beat Boat Crew.
You beat Boat Recruit?
Yeah. In the end, I kept tally just off the top of my head. I sank like 30 Japanese carriers.
Oh, nice.
I had this amazing ability to just drive up with a PT boat, unload torpedoes, and then leave. Like, my mission is done. My people need me. Very effective. But no, I was thinking we could play the the tank simulator tank maker game, and see what horrible cursed things you could make.
Oh, Sprocket?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sprocket's good.
Yeah, the reason I bring up Sprocket is just because, yeah.
They're down here killing cats.
You've done some bad in Sprocket that's legendary.
I mean, are you talking about auto loader?
Yeah, Auto Loader. That's the name of the person. Guess what they do? Guess what their job is.
Yeah, we need to put that image up at some point.
That is the most horrifying thing ever. Auto Loader.
I found out how to make him smaller.
No! Why?
Because the auto loader was a little bit chunky.
Depp has a guy in a box that sits next to the gun, and Depp has folded them into the box. And their name is Auto Loader.
Yeah, that's auto loader. He loads.
Yeah.
Technically, he also fires, but, you know.
This sword shaft goes to an
I hated that cartridge you made that was like, what was it? It was like,
the 22 long rifle? 22 millimeters over a meter long?
yeah, a meter long shell
Let's just turn me around.
that is like 22 caliber. So it's like the longest pencil in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, but it penetrates like 5 meters of armor.
Well, yeah, because it's going like, its pressure is measured in like big bangs, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like they can't build a breach block actually thick enough to contain it.
They just let it go. It's like, yeah, well, the guy exploded.
So yeah, we do stupid stuff in Sprocket.
I remember when I built that tall boy tank
Yes.
where it was just a giant like Dorito wedge. Mm-hmm. That was fantastic.
The Toblerone.
I liked the wedge. Well, yeah, then we did Toblerone. That was hilarious. We did Toblerone and then we did Trongle.
Yes, the Trongle.
Trongle, my beloved. What a fantastic war machine. Trongle.
This sewer shaft goes to an enclosed compound where you can find an entrance to the catacombs.
Thank you, Mr. Tong. Can I save now?
He's like, saving? What do you think this is? Skyrim?
$75 credits. That's gonna buy me a lot of orange soda.
Ugh.
Doors off its hinges. That's a sign of an excellent neighborhood. The pen
You know-
is mightier than the sword. Does auto share space with the ammo?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a roommate. Auto loader is like one of the most miserable things. Like it was as though you had been hired to try to generate human misery. Like if the Department of Defense called you and said, "I need to be able to create something that is so miserable that we could use it as the bar,"
Yeah.
right? For human misery.
This is 100% misery.
Yeah, I want to know what 100% looks like.
This man is 90% radioactive and 10% soda. Autoloader is like some 40k servitor shit.
Well, I don't know. Autoloader has a uniform.
No, I'm not. I'm not close. I really don't have what I need to fight you guys right now.
Imagine going to the draft board selection, right? It's World War II. You got drafted, and the guy says, "Can you crawl in that box?"
Tell me, brother,
And
do
you're
you
like,
fit in this box? I got the job for you.
"Am I gonna be a ball turret gunner? Not so fast." Ugh. That is not good.
Yeah, autoloader is miserable. Autoloader believes that pain is existence.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
You're in France, you should drink something classy like soda à la orange.
I heard a French guy once call Coke Champagne du Americain. And I was like, man, you guys know us so well.
Yeah.
Maybe next time you'll stop the Germans.
What's wrong with the fire rate? Must be autoloader. Auto's tired. Yeah, no, God. I wish I had a way to put that on screen so you guys could see it, because it's amazing.
That is, yeah. Just wait until we play Sprocket and we just design some really bad stuff, and we could use chat as the design committee. You know?
Yeah.
Like they could set up for us our criteria that we have to adhere to. Cursed as it is.
Cursed is what we do here. Man, I still have no fucking rockets for this thing. Why am I still carrying it? I hate these cyborg assholes.
I'm sure they're probably not fond of you either.
They're so fucking hard to kill.
Well, they are cyborgs. They're not just... You're like, I have calluses from killing the homeless. These cyborgs, they take too much work. You're like a Dickensian bad guy.
You don't see me. Oh God, I think he sees me. It's gonna take more than that to destroy this nebulously electronic device. Oh God! Well, I guess it can hear the silencer.
Oh?
Yeah, it turns out that in this game, it's only a silencer for bionic beings.
Well, okay, that's fair.
Because that, other... There you are, you fucking fuck.
I just like the idea of autoloader. I think he'll be fine.
Autoloader's having a good time.
Autoloader is serving his country. Yeah, Autoloader is serving... He's doing his part.
I'm imagining the autoloader as this impossibly loud box where the only light and fresh air is whatever is able to make it down the barrel and out of the breech.
Oh,
yeah.
You're not wrong.
It can hear where the bullets aren't.
Autoloader is... He's a hero, right? Autoloader is a majestic hero. Like a hero of folklore, like John Henry, right?
He is the forgotten G.I. Joe.
Just this Gollum-looking guy with a cigarette. All hunched over, hasn't seen light.
God, the strafe usually works in video games.
Yeah, this is a before time era video game. It really is.
Like, I have a law. I could kill one of these dudes.
I've got line of sight.
No, you don't. God damn it.
Lockdown.
Autoloader, slightly less likely to explode than a T-80.
Autoloader, the hero we need.
And coincidentally, also the one we have right now.
Isn't that amazing? Just coincidence, you know? Autoloader, the fool of our dreams. See, I think that war always depends upon people making sacrifice. That is conflict. Studying conflict my whole life has taught me that. That you have people who have to make sacrifice. And that's just normal. So Autoloader is no different than any hero of any military book, you know?
It blew off my legs!
Well, that is a lot of munitions flying at you,
I
right?
was hiding behind the trash can, I was also moving.
You know, a trash can.
I was trying to solid snake it. I was hoping that would break line of sight.
You understand that the trash cans are not, exactly resistant. I would say it's more concealment than cover, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I was after concealment, not cover. Oh god. Oh god. Nope, you guys don't see me. I'm hiding in the box.
I mean, that's a fair assumption. As you know, in a firefight, when someone yells, "You can't see me,"
Yeah.
it's only fair. It's like saying, I call base.
Yeah, you're safe.
It's true. It's true. It's, you can't violate safe. Otherwise, you're not a good person.
I've got 19 shot shells, and then I'm like completely out of ammunition for this. Cursed idea, a tank that is just a frame like a dune buggy. No armor, but it's lightweight, breathable, and fast. Speed is armor, the crew get dust goggles. Yeah, you've just designed the LAV or the DPV, depending on the era of army you're talking about.
Well, Depp made something worse, where it was like a even smaller Kettengrad with the gun. Yeah, the gun was basically in the guy's lap.
Yeah, it was a crotch gun. It was like the Mackie, but worse.
It was far worse than the Mackie.
Yeah, it's maybe the size of a riding lawnmower, maybe.
That is the. it reminded me of, like, you know, those.
It was a quarter-liter V2 engine.
A quarter-liter.
Uh-huh.
V2.
V2, because they won't let you do inline.
You know, that is disappointing. That's one of the things that I don't like in that automation game is there's no diesel.
Yeah.
You know? Which I think is bullshit, because diesel's in everything.
You should be getting rockets from this asshole.
But I wanted to have a diesel in automation that was a single-cylinder diesel engine. You know?
Yeah, just one really big piston pumping up and down.
Yeah, like I want a 1 liter 1-cylinder diesel engine. Right? And so I would set the RPM limit from 0 to 1,000. This pleases me. I know it's the devil, but it pleases me.
German-made one-ish called a Kugelpanzer. The ball panzer, yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Kugel to blue ball. That's not
we
actually
made,
how to say that in German.
We made some really dumb vehicles in Sprocket, but I think we could do worse if we had all of Chad as, like, you know, the committee.
The Committee for State Security?
Yeah, we just have them enact all of our decisions. And then that way it's not our fault. We're designing to the committee's specifications.
Design by
Right?
committee always goes well, yes.
It's the most fantastic thing in the world.
Why did it let me in here?
No one is as dumb as all of us.
This is true. Can I knock that out? Yes. Okay. What do I do then? No, you don't. Please, God, do not kill me.
Remember those Fisher Price cars that were like the little scooty cars, you know, that had the really tall roof?
Yeah, the red one with the really tall roof. The yellow.
I wouldn't know if it's red, but yeah.
Okay, yes, it was red with the yellow roof, traditionally.
Okay. What I'm saying is, what if we did that, but tank-wise, right?
So like LT-35, but with like all Panther 4 turret.
Yeah. I think, like 105 millimeter with like, just a chode of a cannon.
Everybody likes the chode gun.
You could make the chody in that, I realize.
Oh yes, the chody.
That is the worst thing ever. Never, ever, for any reason, play Hearts of Iron with Depp, and then let Depp have access to the arms market. The material for export is the cancer of military planning. The chody made me mad. It's like the chody Mach 4. You mean a flamethrower tank that had no armor? Like, you were just like, yes, the Ronson.
Yes, yeah. Lights the second time every time.
Ah. I remember one time we were playing Hearts of Iron, and we're sitting there playing some Hearts of Iron.
Yeah.
And you played as India.
Yes.
And you found out that you could claim or seize from the civilian population the railroad.
Oh, yes, the train economy.
The train economy. So Depp starts seizing the rail. Like seizing railroads from the civilian economy.
Every 100 days, I'd seize 40 trains.
So every 100 days, Depp would seize 40 trains. Right? Depp would seize 40 trains every 100 days. And then at that point, Depp would sell them back to England as India.
Because the only thing that it costs when you seize the railroad is it costs stability. Because your people are like, we're having to, nationalize the railroad. That's not a good sign. I was trying to destabilize, though, because I'd locked myself into the wrong political path, and I was trying to jump rails. I hit 0, and it just let me keep taking trains, and it never did anything about it. So
yeah, but that was great because the train economy then gets worse because just tell them what happened next.
So I'm selling the trains back to England, who gave me the trains in the first place, and then I'm begging England for more trains as lend-lease, and they're giving me the trains. I've just sold them back. And I was printing British pounds.
Yeah. Yeah, so Depp was buying and selling trains as the means by which with England.
Yes, with England.
All day in order to make an economy work. The train economy.
And I bootstrapped the military with the train economy.
It actually worked, which was the upsetting part. I did not like the fact it worked, but it did. The train economy actually worked.
Back when this country still made trains. Oh God, yeah, no, it was horrible.
The train economy worked, and I was like, how? That was the one question I repeatedly asked was, like, how? Because I was sitting there busting my ass.
Oh, yeah.
And I look over and you're like, oh, I got free stuff again. I was like, what? You said the train economy provides. Oh, man. Yeah, Depp laundered trains.
Yeah, I laundered trains. For like 4 hours. Like, this was not a short HOI game.
Gotta launder those trains. Gotta make sure they're clean.
What the fuck is that noise? You don't see me, giant stoppy murderbot. But I see you. With the OCam launcher. Because they mirrored it and it should say Mako.
How dare you point out their lack of foresight and planning. Then again, mirroring stuff was just how people did stuff back then.
It was. Oh god, I pissed off one of the fucking frog people.
That's no way to talk about the French.
How do I aim down sight in this game again?
That's a good question. Isn't it like a plus or one of the brackets? And it's only on the sniper rifle? Maybe? It's something stupid like that.
Yeah,
I think it's one of the
sounds right.
brackets.
Whatever. He's given up on the explosion.
Oh, he gave up.
Yeah, he gave up. That's good enough for me. Ooh. ATM. Let me steal some French money. So we'll withdraw 100 Francis.
Ah, yes. 100 francs. France bucks.
Square brackets. Square brackets. Okay. For sale, baby trains. Never railed.
Yeah, that's the thing is you had sold the same. It was like the same 40 trains back and forth.
Uh-huh.
It was a closed train economy.
Yes, it was. Yeah, I didn't have to build any. I think it's the same starting ones. I just kept trading back and forth.
I just love the idea that the Colonial Office never said something's up. These trains look very familiar. I remember I had like an event where it was like the head of the Air Force, blah, 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 and so I sold the Air Force rather than talk to him. I was like, nope. You're fired.
I do not want to deal with this.
Yeah, I just said it's none of my business.
Yeah, brother, you should check those sonics. No, that's the wrong thing. Where's my laser sight?
Good old trains. You know, I'm just gonna say this. Like, it's not the dumbest thing we've done in Hearts of Iron.
No, it's not.
I remember when I played the L'Argentina run where I just kept gobbling up countries in
Yes.
South America. So every time you looked over, Argentina was like 10% larger.
Yeah, we were doing our Sado run.
Yeah, that was hilarious. That's where I nuked Cuba like 53 times.
Yes.
Because I couldn't reach Florida with my nuclear bombers, but I could reach Cuba. So I just...
almost as good.
Yeah, they were pretty much neutral.
Yeah.
Except they sided with the Americans, even though they didn't do anything, and I said that's unacceptable. So I punished them
Yeah.
by nuking them constantly.
By nuking Havana, and Havana only.
Well, I remember I got the population of Havana down to 0.
Yes.
Which is kind of hard to do in that game, like get the population of anything to 0. But I just basically did the intro to Fallout over and over again to Cuba.
Havana.
I was... Well, it's funny because every time America said something, I was like, that's it, and then I'd nuke Cuba again.
Yeah.
They go, yeah, America nukes Cuba. Yeah, the war merge system on Hearts of Iron 4 is probably one of its weakest points.
Yes.
The way you can kind of delay that, is what you do, and this is kind of simple, and it's kind of dumb, but it does work. Is you create a setting in the game where you can adjust all your little game start settings, and one of the settings you create is no alliance starts, and you can also make, like, so there's no alliances in 1936 when the game starts that are concrete, and then you can also make it very hard to create alliances. So you don't just have somebody go, yeah, sure, I'll join. You make it much more expensive. So nations kind of have to weigh it like you would.
Yeah, God, I've never successfully brought about a white peace in that game.
No, I've learned that most nations won't do it.
Yeah, like,
even if it's in their reasonable best interest to do so.
They won't do it. I've never concluded a war that was not a war of annihilation. Because they just will not give up.
You're not wrong.
And while that is true for World War II specifically, that was fought as a war of total conquest. They didn't give up until we were on the doorstep of Japan and in Berlin. That's not the way that all wars have been fought traditionally. And I find it kind of unfortunate that you can't do smaller regional conflicts in that game.
Yeah, I would like an ability to do basically proxy war.
Yeah,
I think that would be
slow burn the Second World War.
Yeah, that would be great.
I understand they weight things so that it does snowball into the World War because that's the way the game's set up.
Well, I would like abilities for that to be disabled.
Yes.
Because let's say, because I remember we did we did do that one playthrough where we decided that what we were going to do was just fuck with Funny Mustache Man, right?
Yes.
That was great. That was fantastic, where we just decided to fuck with Funny Mustache Man the whole time. Where he tries to annex Czechoslovakia in 1938, and Czechoslovakia says no.
Yeah, just absolutely refuses to do it.
Yeah. Just like, no thanks. Or declare war on Germany as Austria in 1939.
Yes. Yeah, we completely just bypassed the Anschluss. Germany had not made any territorial gains since, 1933. Even Danzig was still a free city. And he's like, oh well, it's time for the World War anyway, and starts declaring war on people.
I remember declaring war on Germany as Belgium and just taking northern Germany, like just moving east as Belgium. It was like Tintin goes bananas.
Yeah, because you were Belgium and I was Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, we just went around and fucked with them. It was great. We basically pulled the tactical no you. Like, the Uno reverse?
Yes.
That's what we did. We did the tactical version of that. One of these days that could be an interesting Let's Play for the channel or for Twitch. We could do that sometime where we basically just have a 4-hour block, like late night cozy Hearts of Iron stupid.
Yeah, and just try to accomplish something really dumb.
It wouldn't be impossible.
When you throw a nuke-themed party, make sure to serve yellow cake.
We did have a really dumb, blitzkrieg. It was pretty much what we were doing. We just have to come up with a theme. I do enjoy playing as, like, Siam, and then going hardcore communist.
Yes.
And then deciding to out-commie Mao. So Mao is like, I'm the #1 communist. And I'm like, no.
Not so fast.
Yeah, that was... God, you can do so many stupid things. I remember that time I pissed off America in the game by playing as Mexico, and every time America was about to declare war on me, I had a collapse of government. I was like, sorry, we're closed. We're having a revolution. Check back in a week. There was that one time we were playing where I was playing as Mexico, and I had like 12 revolutions in 5 years.
Yes.
I won every single one, but it was certainly, you were like, what faction are you? And I was like, Mexico. It was dumb because like the first fight was like fascism versus communism. That was simple. And then it was like communism versus democracy. And then it was like Catholics versus non-Catholics. And then it was like United State versus absolute monarchists. And you were like, what are these factions? And I'm like, Mexico, Hungary.
Yeah, every time you built up a military, you would lose them again because half of them rebelled in the new rebellion.
Well, I just learned my lesson. I need to pay them better. There are mistakes made in every war. I made all of them. I also like playing as like Iran and then declaring war on the rest of the world using camel infantry.
Alright. I'm out of shot shells, I have no legs, but I survived.
It sounds like a winner. And hey, Bionic.
Time to reestablish the Formosian Empire.
Well, that was what was funny, is we just kept deciding what are we going to do to ruin history.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is too many people play those games like it's important to win. And we play those games like, how can we ruin the history books? Mm-hmm. Because I think that's more fun.
Shows up in Confederate Texas, leads their Air Force.
Yeah, well, we did that. That was a good one. Hermann Goering leads the Air Force of Confederate Texas.
Yeah.
I remember playing as Spain as the anarchists and winning the Spanish Civil War. And then going on to create anarchist Europe. Which, believe it or not, is not a very stable government.
What am I actually supposed to be doing here?
Shooting the worst Charlie Chaplin in history to create a new imperial state by putting Kaiser Wilhelm on the throne. Again.
Oh, okay, I killed the Greasels, but I never went to talk to the woman.
Oh, remember when we armed Ethiopia so much that they destroyed the Italian Empire?
Yes, we dismantled the Soviet military and gave its entirety to Ethiopia.
Yeah, we were playing as the Soviet Union as a co-op.
Yes.
And we were just like, I was the arms and industry minister and Depp was the military. And so I was just sitting there and we're like, all right, we gotta make sure Stalin's chill, otherwise we're gonna get shot. So that was like problem one. Because Stalin is paranoid in that game and will absolutely try to kill you.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to do what Soviet leaders did back then, which was just allay suspicions by forging production. Which is what we did. We forged all of the production. Like all of it. We were like, yeah, everything's fine. And it wasn't. And then to allay them being able to take up arms against us because we started plotting an actual civil war, I said, we got to get rid of all these military stockpiles. So we took the whole Soviet army and told it to go home. We just said, you're fired. They went home, and then we used all of those guns to arm Ethiopia.
Yes.
In 1936. So we're talking like Ethiopia gets a call from the Soviet Union, and they're like, here's 5 million rifles. Here's 10,000 tanks. They get all this in the mail equivalently. They steamroll the Italian East African campaign. The Italians are like, what the fuck? They send in more and more units that keep getting murdered because out of nowhere, Ethiopia has a giant air force. And then Stalin started executing people.
Yeah, as he does.
He was mad that stuff disappeared. That was not a good armaments minister.
You know, it turns out, though, that it's hard to have civil war when you don't have an army.
Yeah, that was great. We did a lot of dumb stuff.
Like, the Soviets raised some troops, but...
I just love the idea that when it came time to the Civil War, we didn't have anybody left.
Yeah.
We were just like, all right, who do we got? Oh, Konev's gone, Zhukov's gone. We were going through our Rolodex, and it was like, well, we got that guy who is the white Russian who now runs the Railroad Manchuria.
Yeah.
We got the guy who's an expert in horse cavalry. Well, time to use Dr. Clip-Clop, I guess. We were not smart. I think that Ethiopia winning that war would have been pretty cool. Because if you look at their emperor, that guy had a lot of drip.
He did.
That guy was a cool guy.
He was like all drip.
Yeah, seriously. Seriously, the last emperor of Ethiopia, that guy should be like that guy should be on a stamp. And it's just the stamp series is called Cool Guys.
It's really hard to maneuver around rockets without legs.
You know, I just love the fact that you're doing so much for disabled people there. You're proving that you can just crawl around in a firefight and be effective by shooting rockets or using the 12 gauge to take out people's ankles. Very effective, this. Look, I know that's how we ended with Rastafarianism, but imagine if Rastafarianism actually got a huge boost because the emperor, had a full reign. Like, imagine Rastafarianism with a following of the Catholic Church. That's the stuff we like to imagine when we play our goofy, stupid ideas in Hearts of Iron. Like, what are the far-reaching consequences of what we've done?
Yeah,
what is the world?
What are they?
Yeah, so I think that could be actually a really fun thing to do with an audience, is we could have everyone try to, pull apart what would the end results be of all the choices we make, good or bad. We just have to find a night where we could stay up till like 3 a.m. and do it.
Yeah.
I'd have to make some espresso or something, and we'd just sit there and play one long Hearts of Iron game. Well, until the game bogs down, or we both fall asleep at the,
Yeah, at the counter.
Yeah. I mean, we're not bad people when it comes down to history, but we're certainly not the best when it comes down to history. I think that we could really have fun with it. One of the things that I discussed with Eldonius at the last BPL meetup, and Eldonius says he's down, we just have to find time in his docket, is I would absolutely love to do a coffee table book with full, huge, beautiful portraits by Eldonius, where we take about 10 different weird playthroughs of Hearts of Iron and use it as alternate histories. And then, hypothetical, what would happen?
Yeah.
So we'll just do, like, Scenario 1. America invades Canada. Scenario 2. Canada invades America. I figured out how to do that in the game, and it's not easy. It's in fact very, very difficult. What you have to do is you have to build a bunch of units that are so tiny. You have to build these tiny, like, flying column units of, like, single unit cavalry armies, right? And you have to draft the whole Canadian population into these. Like, all of them. Like, every third person in Canada is in this military. On a horse. And then you have to invade America and then micromanage and surround the whole American army constantly and cut them off. And you have to win by seizing all of the big cities within like 15 days. Now, if you do that because Hearts of Iron is stupid, America will automatically surrender. They will just say, I give up. Now, once that happens, you have to demobilize your entire military and turn them into garrison forces. And then you have to sit on them for like 5 years. And then you can annex them as provinces of Canada. Which is very confusing to do in a multiplayer game of this, because people will go, what is going on?
Think I can jump down, aim for the bushes?
Operation Syrupy Slope. You know, I think that we could do worse. I like it. But no, the Hearts of Iron is good if you use it as the basis for storytelling, like Dwarf Fortress.
Yeah.
You just can't treat it seriously, because I'm sure that every one of us knows somebody who plays way too much Hearts of Iron and then uses that as a basis for historical study. I've met many people who do this. They will be like, well, as you know, and I'm like, right, I've played Hearts of Iron. That's not, no, don't do it. And yes, it does sound like a Harry Turtledove book, but, well, I don't know. Harry Turtledove has written some of my favorite pulp when it comes down to historical fiction, but then it gets weird.
Yeah, I'm slowly trying to work my way through the Southern Victory series.
Yeah, I like the first two. Like, the first few are interesting, but then it's just, the further it goes on, the weirder it seems to me. Because he needs to have analogs for, like, the tank, and he's like, well, what would they call it in this? And it's like, the barrel. And I'm like, no, they wouldn't. First of all, it was called the Landship Committee. That's the group that figured out what tanks are. Yeah. They're like, what do we call this? Oh, we are the Landship Committee. Which is a baller name for anything.
Oh, I'm resorting to a walkthrough.
Are you?
Yes,
it's
because
okay.
I'm beating my head against this.
Well, I would say you're beating your legs against it, but you don't have any anymore.
Yeah, well, I've got one on the newest save game.
Gee, Billy, why does Mom let you have one leg?
You know, this would have been easier if I just never turned on UNATCO.
You know, are you just, you're like, I'm not saying that, I support the organization. This just seems like an easier way out.
Yeah, 100%.
That's fair. You're like, I'm tired of being Johnny Terror, man. I tire of this insurrection. Oh, boy.
I have a leg.
You have a leg to stand on.
I have a leg to stand on.
That's fair. Oh my God. I'm going to say this much. I think a Hearts of Iron book would sell. We would sell at least 12 copies. I would buy probably the first 10. just because I want that book. I think it'd be a good bathroom book, you know? And if we got Eldonius to draw all this stuff, all of our dumb ideas become manifest. I mean, we could get him to do a bunch of the Norman Rockwell-style propaganda pieces.
Oh, yeah.
Except for, like, the Chody.
The Chody was an excellent tank.
No, it wasn't. It
served a distinct, singular purpose.
I think the purpose of the Chody was to remind people that austerity in war has a face. And that face is the Chody. Yes. Turret? No, that costs money. Treads? No, that costs money. It was, what was it? It was like a 10-ton tank with tires.
Yeah, with tires. It's a fixed casement superstructure, like some of the German 38T tank destroyer variants.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was just awful in every way possible. It had a really not great gun. No armor, but its reliability was 100%.
Yeah, that was the thing, is you made it cheap and easily mass-produced, which was where it kind of sang its...
So I'd just build a gazillion of them, and then I'd sell them to people like, you know, Singapore and Panama.
That was great.
So it became the Vickers tank of the era.
Which is fair. I mean, I love playing as Switzerland in that game and just largely sitting in there and doing arms trades and playing Bond villain. You know, where you're just like, oh yes, Colombia, I will sell you a battleship. It's like, what? You can't. You're landlocked. Well, they paid for it. Better get to work.
Yep. I'm only terror-ish. I'm not a terrorist.
See, there you go.
God damn it. And that's tires with a Y. Exactly. So apparently one of these guys has a key I need on him. And the rest of them just carry nothing. You know, I can't pull the rockets or the ammo out of the guns.
I've seen some really dumb tricks. Some really dumb tricks in Hearts of Iron.
Japan will grow wider.
I remember where we stole as I was Ireland, and I invaded England as Ireland.
Yes.
That was great. Like, I just sitting there with Irish paratroopers coming down in Norfolk, just bombing stuff. It was like, where did the Irish get 10 divisions? And I was like, it took me 5 years.
It took quite a while.
I had to recruit everyone. Like, I had to recruit every person in Ireland. It was difficult.
That sounds bad.
Landlocked BB sounds like a problem for the Landship Committee. You just push it down the Alps. You may collect it at the bottom of the mountain.
Oh god. Yeah, it's just on logs.
Yeah. If you get enough initiative and inertia, it might be able to roll like almost a Corsica, right?
So they keep giving me money, which makes me think there's a vending machine somewhere. Or an arms dealer.
Well, the arms dealers in the Deus Ex games have always been kind of hidden in the world.
Yeah.
Just kind of hanging out. And they usually have like 3 or 4 items that you have already too many of. And then ammunition for the one thing you need, but they'll have like a bullet. Yes. You know?
Which
they'll be like, well...
continues well into, the later games.
Oh yeah, I remember you go to an arms dealer in Human Revolution, and the guy's got Like, I don't know, 6 bullets.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got like $80,000, and he's got 2 tranquilizer rounds for the trank rifle that you're given at the beginning of the game.
I use 357 Magnum. Do you have any 357 Magnum ammunition? In the future? No. That's crazy. But it's a future gun.
Yeah.
It's future Magnum.
Not my future, buddy.
It's like, call your congressman if you want more. And you're like, damn it. Then you realize you can one-hit punch everybody.
Yeah.
And then you stop using ammo.
Well, sort of. Because you run out of your fucking candy bars, and then you gotta sit there and wait for your arm to grow back so that you can punch somebody again.
I didn't ask for this.
Yeah, you only regenerate the 1 bar.
I just love the fact that you can, like, punch a guy through the wall. They made that really satisfying.
Yeah, they did.
And I loved when you punch people in the face. You would see, like, half their face leave. That was also very satisfying.
God damn it. They have ammo for the weapon you're using, but it's the wrong ammo. Yeah.
Got something.
My favorite was, there's a level, well, you revisit it a few times, Detroit,
Yes.
For a Human Revolution. And having been to Detroit a bit, I love the fact that they presume that there's not 100 ways to get a gun there.
Yes.
They're like, nah, it's one guy in a gas station. I was like, that'd be every pawn shop every 4 feet. You could be like, yes.
Gas station gunman?
Yeah, I'd be like, no, you could go into the pawn shop and be like, hey, I need a Browning 1919 linker and 2,000 clips of phosphated nitrided links for it, and then M2 ball 30-06 for that insane. The guy's like, all right, that it? Like, he'd have that behind the counter next to a sewing machine, which you'd also pick up because that's a nice antique.
I forgot that the lambs don't bounce for some reason. Ah, fuck me. I was trying to break the glass to get to the food.
You've become a Victorian wastrel. Please, sir, may I have some more?
I need to eat my leg back. And look, it's right there.
You're like, I'm not on bath salts.
It's sody pop and it's soy. That's what I need.
You're like, I'm not on bath salts. I need to eat my leg back, officer. Please don't call a social worker. I just need my leg back.
Social worker can't help me. Fuck! I suck at this.
Well, it's a hard game. Like, alright, chat, everybody, let's all agree that Deus Ex is a difficult game. Especially for someone who has never played Deus Ex before. Can we all get some complimentary nice words for Deb's first time playing Deus Ex ever blind? Come on.
Place the bomb, then detonate? No. That didn't do it, and that cost me 2 lambs. It's just really good glass, I guess. You know, that'll blow up an Ed 209, but not the glass protecting the 40s.
Well, yeah. I mean, you gotta protect your 40s. Robots, they make those in a factory. 40s, those are heirloom things. You think I can just go into a 7-Eleven and find a 40 ounce of alcohol?
You don't see me. Keltos Industries. Innovation with augmentation.
That sounds nice. You almost forget that they're bad people.
Yeah. bad Celtic people. Oh
What if it was bad Keltec people?
God, well they are bad people.
I love that Keltec is the company that's like, I'll fucking do it again when it comes down to arms design.
Yeah.
I want a 12 gauge that holds the whole box.
Okay.
You mean 5? No. It's like, but who would need that? Shut up.
We'll save here so that I can, have a... Wait, where did it pop? Oh, yeah, okay. I gotta go fight the sewer greasels.
You know, the more I listen to you play this, the more you sound like a crazy homeless person. I gotta fight the sewer greasels.
Well,
I need these 40s. I gotta use a bomb to break the glass to get the 40s.
I'm playing it like a crazy sewer person, so...
Well, that is the correct way, objectively, to play the game.
It's just attacking a cat down there.
Why not?
Run away! God damn, that's a lot of 30-06 to waste on something the size of a cat.
It's better than stomping cats.
All those cats belong to that homeless lady upstairs.
All of them?
Yeah.
Man.
Apparently. Alright, back up I go. I gotta tell the homeless lady I killed the greasels. Like a sane person.
That does sound like something a sane person would say. That sounds incredibly sane.
Oh, fuck me. I gotta go through the hurt room.
Well, I mean, the Hurt Room is the sequel to the Hurt Locker. The Ouch Room.
Because, they made it a tall one and there's no boxes to push up to it. Okay, there we go. That wasn't too terrible. Oh.
It's not too terrible.
Yeah, the hurt room only sort of hurts. A lot.
The Oof Closet. That's a good one.
The damaged dormitory. It's a good one, too.
The Room of Ouch.
Have you tried turning on the environmental protection AUG at the same time as the suit? I have an environmental protection AUG. I thought that just made me more efficient with the suit. The pain hallway, the suffering structure, etc.
Yeah, it's under regen, they say.
Oh. Well, I can't get up there, so where's regen at?
I love the fact that you're just hopping around at near full speed with one leg. Because that would alarm me.
How
If
do
I saw
I regen?
it would alarm me a lot.
Deus X regen.
This is only slightly alarming.
Did I get regen?
I'm not sure if you did.
No, I have it. Hmm. So F9,
F9 is regen.
yeah, F9
F10 is environmental protection.
What's that? Okay. Well, yeah, that would probably explain why I'm dying.
Well, this is again your first try, and as well, I haven't played this game in for fucking ever, so I am less than useful on this. By a lot.
Okay. 81% absorption.
That's
Still not
better.
enough.
It's better, but not enough. Okay, what else you got, chat?
Okay, well, maybe we can do it from this door. F10. Hazmat suit active. No, wrong. No. Oh god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. God, I didn't die.
Magic. Just heavily irradiated magic.
Help.
Wow. That's not very good.
Run, 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 run.
Picking up about 100 rims of radiation.
Oh, now you tell me. You fucking fuck. Gonna stomp on cats about it.
Please don't clip that.
Alright. Let's go get my 200 fucking experience for killing the greasels and telling the homeless lady.
I didn't know. How?
I took care of the greasels.
Oh?
Nothing can bring back their victims, but rest assured, the threat is
They
gone.
killed a lot of cats.
Hurrah, my kitties!
She has very sharp boobs.
She does.
I mean, very sharp. Like alarming. Like if she fell down, she could kill someone.
Rockets.
That's dangerous.
Oh yes, the soldiers that use building number 14, you know, across from the catacombs, the old.
That's unacceptably dangerous.
Of greasers.
Bravery is not a function of firepower.
That's a very J.C. Denton thing to say, Mr. Denton. Classic Denton.
Classic B-Say Genton.
Green crazy greasers.
JD Fentanyl.
Hey, it's J.D. Fentanyl.
it's like his it's like his stage name, JD Fentanyl. It's like, I'm DJ Fentanyl. Just falls down instead of playing records. This song is called OD.
Did you hear that?
No.
It's going to be okay, little Michelle.
Oh, yeah, okay. You have to wonder if she would have reacted if I killed a cat in front of her. Okay. What a thrill. So that's one that we have to do when it comes out. It's the new Snake Eater.
I agree.
We have
I'm
to
down.
compare it.
We have to sit there and compare it, compared to our slow-mo version last time, where we had time to like
Oh yes.
bake bread from scratch.
Yeah, the deep fried fucking MGS3 playthrough.
That was a good one.
And then, insultingly, after it was done, they announced the HD collection that fixed all the issues.
Yeah, well, I mean, it wouldn't be us if it wasn't broken somehow.
Yeah, that's true. At least, we were first to that money train.
Yeah, we were the first.
We definitely made tons of money from being the first YouTubers to do a full playthrough.
Yes, very near the first. We huge
yeah.
first.
Yep.
Number one. That's where we live.
I guess they're trying to figure out what the hell they're gonna put in the second HD collection, or whatever they call it, remaster.
That's a good
collection.
question. And hello, Meladonis. You got the bug to listen to all your Tex Talks Battletech. Well, who is the bug? The context.
I've been falling asleep to that the last couple of days.
Good lord. You're like, I love your stuff.
I know that's a very weird compliment, but
I've had people say that about my stuff forever. They find the cadence of my voice relaxing.
it really is. It's soothing, and
that's
I already
fine.
know what's in there, so I'm not like super paying attention because
That's fine. No, I'm not judging.
I mean
I
it's,
just think
that or the air crash documentaries.
Oh, those are great, especially to watch on a plane.
Yeah, that's what I try to do. Is I download them to my phone and watch them while I'm flying. Because if I'm
sure
gonna
people
be
on the-
uncomfortable, the people on my left or right are going to be even more so.
That's fair.
Look, at 4 a.m. after a swing shift, whatever works is good.
No, that's fine. And again, I don't have a huge ego about this. I'm just glad people can enjoy it. Because I was watching a documentary with a game dev, right? And this game dev was being mad that people were not enjoying the game the way he enjoyed the game. And I'm like, right, but they're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Like, I may enjoy Dwarf Fortress a different way than, Toady and company want me to enjoy Dwarf Fortress. And that's fine. But they don't stop me. They don't judge me for it. And that's what it's about, is, you should be able to have fun however you want. So whenever you say, hey, I fall asleep watching Tex Talks Battletech, that's great. I hope you sleep well to it. You deserve good sleep.
Good sleep is hard to come by.
It is. Sleep and time are probably some of the best resources there are.
Alright, so I fucked up again. Taking on that robot with just a lamb.
Ah, the bug. I understand. But no, when it comes down to videos or whatever, I believe the late, great Total Biscuit said it best. If you don't find the kind of content you like out there, go make it. And so I make Tex Talks Battletech and Tex Talks History because it's stuff that my friends and I like.
Yeah.
That's our audience. And what's great is if you know your audience and they know you can make whatever the hell you want, even though it's insane. I mean, the latest Tex Talks Battletech is a 372-day documentary, from pencils down to final render.
No.
And some might say that's a bit much, and that it was massively... Okay, we were 318% over budget, which is pretty bad. But I took the money out of my own pocket just to make it that much better. And I think that if you guys like the trailer, you'll like the final video. But what I'm saying is when it comes down to making stuff, if you're happy with it, and I'm happy with it, that's more than enough. I don't care how you enjoy it. However, I will point out that thing is balanced and designed for surround sound in 4K ultra high definition. So you can actually enjoy that on your big screen or even in a projector because it is balanced for surround sound. We actually go through the trouble of that. So I've actually seen a few screenshots where people did play our stuff in theaters which I cannot condone officially because, I don't own BattleTech, but I think that's cool.
That's definitely cool.
Yeah, it's pretty rad.
So I just realized that what chat told me about I have regeneration.
Uh-huh.
And there's a robot there that'll refill my bioelectric, so I'm essentially getting free.
Oh,
Nothing can bring back their victims, but rockets. Brave.
There we go.
Yeah, budgets are just guidelines, and then you get into the thing where you look at how much animation costs. Because Bruins is like, oh, I'll do that, no problem. Here's how much it'll cost, and you're like,
Yeah,
but you do it anyways.
you do. Because what other option do you have?
When I am old and dead, I want it to say shit posted his ass off on the gravestone. I don't want to say played it safe. That's boring.
I just like making stuff. If I could
That's
have
true.
a making stuff job, I'd make stuff. Like creatively, not like industrially.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, like, that's called working in a factory.
Yeah. I've been a CNC machinist, and while it was interesting and intellectually stimulating, it also was not a very healthy work environment.
No,
It's mostly a function of the company I worked for. They overbooked all machines and refused to do maintenance and then blamed operators when we couldn't keep up. But, yeah.
and hey, who can forget the sound of
Yeah. Tucking around 80-pound fucking rear ends into cradles and machining them every 8 minutes.
Isn't that fun?
Fun is a word.
Every time my boss, all right, my last job, I had some interns, and one of my interns asked me, when have you learned you're an adult? Like, they did not understand what adulthood was, right?
Okay.
They did not understand the threshold. And so I sat back and I was like, fuck, these kids are wise. I would have never asked that question at that age, right? Never would have asked that question at that age.
I just assumed I was one.
Yeah, well, some people say, hey, when you have a mortgage, when you have bills, whatever, when you worry about bills, like that's when you're an adult. But I realized when you're an adult in the workplace is really the question they were asking. And so here's when you know you're an adult in the workplace. When you replace the phrase, go fuck yourself, with sure sounds great, and it has the same meaning. So when you can say, sure, it sounds great, to some ridiculous demand, and has the same meaning as go fuck yourself, that is when you're an adult. When you can do that. When it comes down to stories, I mean, anyone who's known me for long enough knows I am addicted to the American way of storytelling. I think that storytellers are a magnificent resource, and that a lot of people have forgotten the importance of storytelling as a medium.
Yeah.
A lot of people take storytelling for granted. And I think that's really a piss poor problem for us, because the world needs more storytellers. And I don't mean somebody who can just talk in parable, but somebody who can make us remember why history matters, or why someone's life was important, or hell, why there's always a Dr. Christmas. I remember, I had a guy who wrote me on the Patreon after the Dr. Christmas episode, and they said, why do you talk about this guy? I don't get it. And then a few weeks after that, the Titan submarine thing happened. And he goes, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to make light of a tragedy, but what I'm saying is there's always a Dr. Christmas. There's always somebody who's a little crazy.
And willing
is
to try to
so-
sell you something that they can't really back up.
No, there's always, I mean, God, the Dr. Christmas documentary plays out every 5 minutes. It's called Tech Bros. There's always a Dr. Christmas.
You found a body. No, I made a body. I'm not searching. No, I don't want to pick up the body. I guess they don't have the key on them. Okay, what are you?
Okay, guy on Broadway asks, has anyone tried to send me pit vipers yet? No, thank you. I can buy my own sunglasses, but anytime anyone has ever tried to buy me stuff, I would say 98, 99% of the time I convince people to not do it. I convince them to donate to charity, to go do something else with their time that is complimentary toward paying it forward. I'm not a guy who really likes gifts. I grew up kind of rough, and so I didn't really grow accustomed to like celebrating my birthday or whatever. Last month I turned 40, and I celebrated it by working a 14-hour shift. Like I'm very much a no frills kind of guy. So you have to understand that like the first 3 years of me doing Tex Talks Battletech, people tried to send me mechs every 8 minutes. I got mechs from Ukraine. I have like an awesome that is like 1.5 feet tall. I have so many things that people sent me. And finally I started convincing people, don't send me stuff at all. Instead, if you 3D print or buy mechs or whatever, go to a local game store and hand those to a new player and teach them how to play. Because that's how I got into Battletech. My love of Battletech started with that. My love of Battletech... A bum you didn't kill? My God, it must be a Christmas miracle. But that's how I started in Battletech. Was somebody bought me my first mechs and showed me how to play. And if that got me, an awkward autistic kid with a stutter, out of my shell, and years down the road I can help play a very small part in the overhaul of, Battletech's renaissance, great. I think that's great. And I think that you could be the catalyst for a new generation of fans by taking something and paying it forward like that. And I've had people actually start to do that. They go to local game stores and they say, Tech said to do this, and they just do it. Or they don't say anything. They just hand it off to people. And there it is. And I think that's the way to do things, to pay it forward, to, help people find something they can enjoy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can share something you enjoy with somebody, it lives. It lives forever. You've helped. And being a helper is kind of key to not being a sadistic or sarcastic bastard or a misanthrope. If you ever feeling like disappointed in the human condition, go out there and do something and help somebody. It helps. You feel less shit. That or volunteer somewhere. That also feels pretty good. Soup kitchen or teaching someone to read at a library. I used to read for the deaf. Or, sorry, not the deaf. God, read for the deaf. Yeah.
For the blind?
Yeah, I used to actually read for the blind. I had one guy who requested me every week to read his mail. He was like, I want that guy. This is back when this is back when I smoked cigarettes, and so did he. So we'd sit there and smoke cigarettes and be like, all right, you got a bill from the water company. But, I mean, that's where you can do good in this world. Like, if anyone tries to get me anything, I just say, don't do it. The only thing I'm weak to is, like, if someone had a machine gun, I'd take that. Mainly because that's my autistic fascination. I love working on guns. But everything else, please, just, pay it forward. Go to a local game store. Help someone out. I got enough stuff. Hell, I'm weird when it comes down to guns, because when I'm done working on them, I generally am bored with them. I've sent you guns before.
I own 3 or 4 of your guns now.
Well, I made that G3. That was an interesting build. Bundeswehr 1984.
Better.
Yeah, but better. Much tighter lockup. I made the snub-nose heavy barrel K-frame because you have hands like you have like ogre hands.
I do.
There was that Sig 226 clone. And I said that's the last trigger job I will ever do on a Sig Sauer.
It's not even a SIG.
Close enough.
Arex Arms out of Slovenia.
Great
Rex
gun.
01S.
Yeah, not a Sig. Actually, I think it's better, to be honest.
It's honestly, it's the nicest Zastava C99 clone I've ever handled.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's actually pretty good. Yeah. And that's a good job, okay, Mo. I appreciate it.
Funny thing is that will fit some, but not all Safari Lane holsters as well.
Usually when someone says they own a SIG, I say, how many Legion medallions do they have? And they frown.
I've got 4 SIGs and a couple clones.
I want the...
None of them are Legion.
I want the SIG clone that the Chinese make that shoots Tokarev. That's the one I want. So when it comes down to Sig Sauer, there's a lot of fan clubs in any gun, and if you're in the gun world, you learn that there's always a joke. Every gun manufacturer has a dozen, and that's fine. Every gun manufacturer is a little different, but the Sig fan club is interesting because I said that there are a few base versions of Sig fanboys. One is the guy who has the hat, the jacket that's all branded, has the Sig rifle, the Sig pistol, has Legion medallions, has Sig brand sunglasses, uses Sig ammunition, and then will never talk about them. Just kind of sits there and fronts the company, which is interesting. There's the guy who buys everything the military buys that's Sig, and then there's the guy who buys what he calls only real SIGs, which are all the ones that have West German markings or Swiss markings on them. Yeah. And then there's the I just think they're neat guys who just collective mishmash.
I did not intend to start collecting SIG guns. I bought a 225, well actually a P6, but a 225 and then a 228 because we issued a 226 at the time. And I wanted the same draw and the same holsters to work between all of my weapons. And then we switched to Glock, and I was like, well, shit. Fucking gas grenade. Now I'm stuck with 4 SIGs, and I'm using a Glock at work, but I was able to buy my work SIG, and... Anyway.
I told you those Gen 5 Glocks are fine.
Yeah, no, the Gen 5 solved all of my issues with the Glock. The
problem was
probably did too, but I've never shot a Gen 4. Gen 3 was the last I touched. My fingers didn't work in the grooves. It was uncomfortable. The grip angle was a little too extreme. It didn't feel right.
That's fair. I mean, I know a lot of people who are Glock crazy. I know one guy who has the Glock hat, the Glock knife. He has everything except for the Glock horse products. Don't look into that if you want to sleep. So he has all the Glock stuff. Yeah, and he has the Glock knife, the Glock entrenching tool. The Glock knife's not a bad knife.
The Glock entrenching tool's perfectly adequate. It's not worth the cost compared to just getting a surplus one.
Yeah, or just a shovel. But I mean, yeah, it's fine enough.
Yeah. You hear little feetsies. There's somebody in here with me.
I hear their little feetsies. That's not alarming to hear, right?
I suppose it depends on the emphasis. You know, what kind of a...
Oh my god!
I cannot envision
Oh god,
a way of saying, I hear their little
I
feetsies
hear
in a
their
way.
little feetsies.
I hear the little feetsies. Yeah, it just doesn't sound
Not better?
nice. No. It sounds, in fact, not good at all.
I don't know. I thought it was nice.
It doesn't sound jovial or friendly.
Down their little feetsies.
Yeah, see, that's where my brain goes.
See, Chad is hearing feces, not feetsies.
Well, I mean, if they're shitting, they definitely know who you are. I mean, if I had a cyborg that drank 30 40s to get into the mood to fight somebody, I too would be shitting a brick. I would not be happy. I would be like, I'm in trouble.
Hey, man. You know, Glenn Miller, he had it right. You gotta get in the mood.
Remember when swing came back very briefly?
I do.
I miss that. I know that sounds dumb, but I miss that.
Dude, I've been mowing to Glenn Miller recently, and it really makes it festive. Especially his very, very swingy Song of the Volga Boatman is awesome. That's a song that should not be jovial, and yet it is.
Oh, it's Glenn Miller. He can make anything jovial, except for that air crash. That was definitely decidedly unjovial. 'Twas not amusing, as they say.
Not particularly. God damn it.
I crashed the plane.
Well, he wasn't flying, he was just in it, right?
Yeah, but
Stream got Millered.
stream got.
Oh god. That's
It returns. Look, I'm just gonna. Stream got Millard made us both laugh, but
yeah,
okay.
Stream got Millered was good. This guy.
So
knows
you
that
want
this is like, if you want that to, you need that like right here against the door, and he needs to be behind like a concrete barricade.
So what you're telling me is you want to go pay the $200 to get named an honorary colonel, so you can like what? Put it on your correspondence?
No, that's
Colonel
just,
CAF.
That's just the minimum donation to be allowed to be on like some of their flights and stuff. Because one of the local wings has a UC-78, which is the bamboo bomber, the plane that Miller went down on.
Right.
And I kind of would like to fly on one at some point.
Well, you should.
Who are you?
There's nothing we can do against augmented.
Different song. Come on, that was funny.
There's nothing you can do against augmented commandos.
Prepared to fight a war?
You've got a bigger shotgun than I do. Can you give me some shot shells, actually?
He probably can't because he's scared.
He can. He just isn't going to like the way I obtain them.
That's fair. Colonel Depp. Colonel.
Yeah, no. They're one of those organizations that does the everybody's a colonel thing.
Yep. KFC does that.
And, I mean, there's a long tradition of buying your commission, right?
Well, no, that's true.
Who are you?
Sure they don't follow you.
I'm in your base. How would they follow me? Are they in your
How did
base?
you find us?
Maybe he's saying that there's infiltrators, but he doesn't know the word.
Much time.
Wonder if they'll aggro if I kill him for his shot shells. Nobody can see me, right?
Maybe you should save before you commit larceny. Well, no, let's be honest. This is just murder.
Oh, yeah, he gave me sabo shells. Fuck yeah, they're running sabos?
Goddamn.
What do you have? You got...
They are holding our comrades prisoner.
Are they? How tragic. Please face the wall. Oh, that's a child. Don't mind me, I'm breaking boxes. I want this chunko honey. And your wine. That sounds like combat music. I think somebody found a body.
Do you think that maybe they're upset?
Oh god, that's a meat cleaver.
Well, yeah.
Wow. That is an animation. Hold on. That's like Barbie running. Will it just let me roll with this? Like, is this one of those, live in the dark world you've created things?
The thread of fate has been severed.
Yes. Oh no, they just forgot. Cool. Yeah, 2 deaths, 7 sabo rounds. That's a fair trade, I think.
This is the price they have, they pay for not having a functional store.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm J.C. Denton.
Pro tip, if you have a base, have a gift
I
shop.
helped him send your group a warning about the crackdown.
Denton. Yes, the satellite transmission saved us from La Prison de Fresnes at least.
Pretty much a skeleton crew you have here. How long can your people hold off?
Terminator sounds. Give me your chunk of honey and your wine.
Half of my people retreated without firing a shot.
Pretty much a skeleton crew you got here, he says, having killed several of the guards for ammo.
The tunnels behind the second blast.
Well, I mean, he's not a good man, but he is a man.
I need to find
Be
Nicolette.
sage, Jenton.
Nicolette? What do you want with Nicolette?
I need to contact some friends of her mother's.
Oh yes, Beth, a great woman. Nicolette is very secretive about her mother's friends. She tells us that they are wealthy and support our cause, but they have many enemies and need to be protected. I might be able to help you, but
Oh, they're wealthy and they support our cause, but they're the ones that need protection while you hide in the
I
sewer.
have the key to the blast door, which is directly across from
You know, that's
and
a good question. Why?
people back and
Right?
put you in touch with Nicolette.
Oh, okay, I gotta go rescue his people. There's a med kit, but med kits maybe aren't as useful as they once were, now that I know that I can regenerate.
Well, you can regenerate. You can just sit there and have an internal water cooler, as it were.
The water cooler of my soul has healed me.
I hate that was our metric for a while.
That was a
Oh, is
pretty
there a
good
water
metric.
cooler? Yeah. Just sitting there.
This better be worth the lockpick.
It's not worth a lockpick. There's no telling how many people I will murder.
He's the only named person in this space, so he's the only one that's got to survive. That's how that works, right? That sounds really cold when I say it out loud.
You know, it just reminds me of Far Cry 5 with a cop, where we got so tired of the main story, we just started making up our own. And we would say stuff like,
I'm on my way to
Oh.
find her right now.
oh no.
Who are you? I'm here to help, I say over the body of his guard.
Well, I mean, yeah. You're not a monster, per se.
They are holding our comrades prisoner.
Are they?
You just play one.
Fascinating. Alright, time to go. See ya. Oh, dude, she's got shot shells too.
Well, bad things happen.
I am bad things.
They call me DJ Bad Things Jenton.
No, if ammunition was not so scarce in this game, I would not be incentivized to do this.
So what you're saying is the system made you a monster.
Yes, I am the system's monster. You know, you can call the system Dr. Frankenstein, for I am the monster.
Looks like a chance to take out a team of MJ-12 troopers, but use your
Fuck yeah, I can destroy skulls. And nobody will ever know your name, or your name, or your name.
Oh, cool, I can destroy skulls. Are you the bad guy? No.
TNT box. Ooh, chunk of honey.
Who doesn't like Chunko honey?
I love catacomb candy bars. You know, all this dripping water just makes it really gooey.
I love the musty taste of abandoned candy bars.
What was that? Oh, it's a fucking murder bot.
Man, it's never something cool, like a free pretzel.
I should have a soy bar about that.
That's fair. And then you could heal. You could stand there and, you know,
Yeah.
say some affirmations.
I am a good person. I am a good person.
I believe in me.
I believe
People
in
like
myself. Alright. Now to use one of the... So that's why they were giving me so many of these bioelectric cells that I kept throwing away.
You were playing it in hard mode.
Yeah. Unintentional hard mode.
Also known as dumb mode.
What difficulty are you playing on? Dense.
Yeah, that'll happen. It's a difficult difficulty, dense.
You know, I find... Oh.
Jock's picking up heat signatures of what look like troops. The MJ-12 bunker must be nearby.
Must it?
Pretzel Bomber says you eat the candy bar, your bullet holes close up, and you hear a muffled crunching sound as they start spitting out bullets. That is pretty rough. But I like it.
Yeah, come here, I want to talk to you. Thank you.
He said menacingly. I want to talk to you. Are you going to kill me? No. I wouldn't do that. That doesn't sound like me. The stagger defense.
Dude, they got a TV in there? Fuck yeah. Oh.
It's nice when the little touches like that.
And TVs are fucking awesome, man. Come on. Go, 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 go. Hey, buddy. Goodbye. Cool. It seems actually like the commando troopers are a little bit easier to kill than they used to be. Which is, la. It's la. Yeah. I have the thing for this. Oh god, that's two of them. How do I detonate?
I forget. Which is
know
probably
how.
not the answer you want to hear. I was going to say there's multiple ways to stomp a cat.
There are always multiple ways to stomp that cat.
Squish that cat.
Alright. Ba-ba. Ooh, the generating robot. Charge me up, Charlie Charger. Locked. Do I have the key? Nope. No. The lambs are for, right?
I don't think we've really found a reasonable use for them yet, but we've used them on everything, right?
I've been throwing them at robots. I think that's fine. Waiting for the gas to disperse.
Ah, that's how you know you're the good guy, right?
Yeah, troop quality tends to drop when training takes longer than average service lifespan. Yeah, I mean...
I just love that your character has been smashing skulls, stomping cats, and gassing people, and he's like, I fight on the side of good.
Well, I mean, he tried to betray the organization his brother founded twice. Before he finally was like, fine, I'll be the good guy.
Remember when they sent Majestic 3.5? You're like, well, it's a point-blank shootout in an abandoned lobby. Rocket launcher.
Yep. I don't need your fucking Glock knife, dude.
Come on, it's Glock brand Glock knife.
Bones, huh? Paris graveyards were
You can't just grow that polymer on a tree.
the city ordered the bodies to be exhumed. Toxic gases, bacteria. 30 generations of Parisians were carted off to these limestone quarries.
You think plastic just comes out of the ground?
This is gonna use all my bypass tools. Fuck it, I don't want to go around. No, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Base camp in this old World War II bunker. This is probably where you'll find the
You're having a fine time. It'll be okay.
No, you don't, God, you do see me!
I think they see you.
Alright, so that door is locked with infinite strength, so I can't just lam it, but it's the one that I unlocked. And I'm
Infinite
in.
ouch. Hell yeah.
Time to save. Wow. Save game, catacombs. Glock performance horse knife.
For when you need to stab a pony. Glock performance horse knife. It's time to close the petting zoo.
Friendship is stabbing.
That's hilarious.
Fucking scramble grenade.
Scramble grenade.
Yeah, it stole my flashlight. All the batteries out of it.
Scramble grenade from the maker of Nabisco breakfast scramblers.
Now
I remember when they came out with those toaster strudel that were breakfast, and they had like eggs and bacon in them. I remember when they first came out, there was a whole shitload of fires. I think they decreased the amount of meat in them.
Oh yeah.
Just because they were like, yeah, that'll happen. Turns out putting like that in the toaster is not the smartest thing. Then again, I used to make steaks in a toaster in college because I said, you can't have an oven. And I was like, well, can I have a toaster? And they're like, yep. And then I told Mad Ducks about that. Mad Ducks started the pork toast experiments and everything else.
Yes.
So, yeah. You can do fucked up stuff with appliances.
You're not allowed a microwave in the barracks. It's a fire hazard. It's okay, I'll just make my food on this iron.
You're like, I'll show you Fire Hazard. Hey, call me Fire Hazard Johnson.
Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. Do I need a $40 branded knife with a plastic sheath? Probably not.
Will I buy it? Probably.
How do I disarm this? Not like that. You can do fucked up stuff with appliances. Text Fire Hazard Johnson.
That's true. You can be the reason they have a safety briefing.
You always can, yeah.
You don't want to be, but it's possible.
I don't know, man. You know, sometimes, you know, you're scheduled to do something at work that you don't like, and you do something fucked up, and you have to have a safety briefing instead.
Remember when they give you your forklift license? That's their problem now.
Yeah. Hey, brother. Boo. It started.
That's him. Excellent work.
It has started. What has started? It.
It's a woman in black. I don't know they had those in this game.
Well, you know, they got to be equal opportunity for the horrible shadow government, right?
She doesn't have the same gray face.
Maybe she's moving up in the organization, or maybe there's the gray face barrier to get up in the organization, right?
Oh, that's Agent
Upward
Hella.
mobility.
Who's
Upward
Agent Hella?
mobility. Oh.
Is
Hella
it-
gray face.
Except she doesn't have a gray face.
Oh, I mean, she's trying. There's that gray face barrier to promotion.
Rocket launcher.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't have like a shadow government organization without rocket launchers, Deb. I mean, that's like evil shit 101.
Sergeant, is that you?
The target has arrived. Come back up in.
Oh, that's some rockin' music. Oh, fight's over, I guess. Sergeant, is that you? Explosions.
Well, I mean, that's how you solve things, right?
That is how I solve problems.
They gave you cyborg bits, you're gonna use them. Go-go gadget murder guns.
Tech goggles. Multi-tool. Security terminal. Landmines of the future. Magical adhesive that sticks securely to any surface. And 1500 millisecond latency on the detonator.
Yeah, they still
Yeah.
haven't solved that. I mean, that's believable.
Alright, I turned off the cameras. A prod charger? They think somebody's still using that fucking thing?
They're presuming that someone would deign to do a none or less lethal playthrough.
Do I have any GEP rockets yet? Oh, there were white phosphorus rockets for this thing?
There's all sorts of things.
All right, I'm going to finally get rid of the gift gun. I've carried it loyally this entire game. Aid Gabby in any way possible. Okay, yeah, Aston Greer. Asshole. Got it. God, why would they bother installing these fucking things down here? Screens? She's just gonna sit down here in the sewer and wait?
Yeah. I mean, they're a shadowy cabal. I mean, where is he going to do your meet and greet, huh? Holiday Inn?
I guess. Well,
I mean, that's...
I would think the Super 8's pretty nondescript.
I think if enough creepy things show up at the Super 8, they just call the cops. Like, they just hit, like, pound 4 on the phone.
You should come here and do something about it. You think I'm hiding in this hole? Oh man, that sucks. For you. I am out of explosives though. That sucks for me. Don't need your fucking knife, don't need your sawn off shotgun. In America, I've got a much better shotgun. So there's nothing in the box? 5 tools, I have 2.
McDonald's? Yeah, I could see shit going down into McDonald's. I could see that.
Oh yeah.
We are the shadow government, and I will have a, let's see.
Oh. The thing is that everybody down at McDonald's, by their very nature, are down with Ronald McDonald.
Right.
And Ronald McDonald is probably Illuminati. Like, we can agree on that, right?
Alright. What?
You've seen that guy.
I've seen the Ronald McDonald character. What are his credentials to be declared as Illuminati?
That was a horrific scream. Well, you know, for one, he's got that big red nose. Dude's been hitting the bottle.
Right.
He's unassuming in a perfect way.
In a perfect way.
Yeah, you know, everybody knows him. Everybody's seen him. He's sitting on every bench in every McDonald's. It's you know, like disguising your Illuminati headquarters as a trash bin. Nobody's gonna think anything of it.
See, the more you talk, the more you sound like a hobo. And here's why. You've taken a mundane place that everyone sees. You say, I have seen the hidden meaning behind the mundane things that everyone sees. And you've insisted that a clown is to blame.
Yeah.
All right.
Dap, are you sure it's not Starbucks? I don't know. Starbucks ain't been doing great lately. No. God, McDonald's. Slowly turned from a place of childhood joy into like a millennial fucking corpo hellhole. Like design wise. You see old McDonald's and they've painted the roof gray. And they've gotten rid of the French fry theming on the roof.
Yeah, and the new clown is played by Werner Herzog. Werner Herzog as Ronald McDonald would be pretty awesome. As you see, the place is filled with people who are used to eating burgers and crawling around in a sea of unwashed plastic spheres. It reminds them of the inevitable death they will face much later in life?
I have filled the ball pit not with balls, but with human sorrow.
The Big Mac, which has shrunk every year since its creation, is an endemic reminder of the decline of American purchasing power and is marked by shame and hubris.
Alright, so I'm supposed to rescue some motherfuckers somewhere.
Oh, rescue. Yeah, you're famous for that.
This is yellow. Yellow is usually a safety color. This is where I came in. I came in on the
Not with
yellow
you
safety
around.
ladder.
With you around, yellow is not a safety color.
No, it's not. I'm not good at
Yeah.
such things. Alright, so that time I went up.
Oh, when is Farm Sim Friday? I've
Oh,
forgotten.
Now. Yes. So, we are going to call it then.
Yeah, I was going
we
to say, like, wait a
apologize.
second. Yes. We were busy talking about the existential dread of McDonald's.
Yes. Which is a worthy discussion, but we will have to cut it short so that we can do Farm Sim Fridays. So, everybody have a
Yes.
good evening.
Good evening, everybody. And thanks for tuning in.